Hello, and welcome indeed to the stream. I'm Solar Loon. I'm an independent game developer. I'm the creator of Master Plan and Tetra 3D, and yeah, this is a game that I've been working on for a little while. It is a 3D. Right now, I'm saying it's a 3D collectathon platformer, but it's really just kind of just a normal platformer right now. I don't know if I'm actually going to add any kind of collectathon elements. I guess we'll see. But so far, it's looking and feeling really, really good. Yeah, it's solid. There's a lot of things I do like, and that I've been working on and improving upon over the past couple of weeks. And it's shaping up, man. I'm excited. I'm excited about it. So currently, you play this dude who's like jumping around, and he can like jump through rings, jump on rings to go higher. He can like grab rods to like swing off of them and yeah, kind of vault. It's pretty solid. Yeah, pretty solid. I think what I want to do, something I need to do actually, is I need to make it so that when you swing off of a rod, you snap to it a little bit better, because you can see I'm sometimes further out than I should be. Yeah, I need to kind of like refine that somehow. It's really kind of this axis, or rather this axis, that I want to snap on, so that it's closer to the rod. See, like I'm pretty far away from it. Yeah, I want to snap it to it so that it's closer. More, yeah. That has to be a little better. Yeah, so I need to just move the player on that axis. I also got a Steam controller, which is very cool. It's a very, very cool controller, very comfortable. It feels so smooth, man. Like the game feels smooth, but the controller feels really good. Just a magnificent controller. Very good, very good. Okay, so let's do that. We'll see if we can fix that. So it should be pretty simple, actually. We just need to get the axis, kind of like the cross axis of the player as he swings. So let's do that. Yep. All right. So also I made some changes. I had this finite state machine that I made called Can Do. Also, let's get some music going. Let's pitch it up a little bit. Or you know what? Yeah. Oh, oops. Okay. So, there we go. So I'm thinking that basically we just need to get the cross. Oh yeah, right. That's what I was talking about. So I had this library called Can Do for basically finite state machines. Hadn't really updated it on GitHub in a while. I made some changes locally, but then I was like it would be easier, I think, for this game to have a finite state machine because it's such a state heavy thing. A 3D platformer is usually heavily reliant on states, right? Where it's like, you know, you're in this state, you can't move, you're in that state, you're moving at a certain velocity, or you're snapping to an object or whatever. So yeah, so I basically updated this to be a little bit cooler, a little bit nicer. Something I like is that I don't think I've seen in finite state machines before. I haven't like done a lot of research into them, but something that I like is I can switch to a state and provide an object, and then the state will have access to that object all through its enter, update, and exit phases, which is cool because then I can do this where I'm like, oh yeah, I want to hang and then provide an object. So I can set the state and then provide an object, and then when the state switches down here, it will have as the argument the setup of basically where the object is, where you know, the object the player is hanging off of is. So that's cool. That works. So now swinging is here, and there's actually a couple things. One is you can see the player. Let's just re-grab on this. You can see the player. Well, actually, it might be easier if I look at this one. Trying to show this. Basically, the player is losing vertical velocity bit by bit. He's losing kind of a variable amount. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. So I kind of want to do something about that, but maybe I don't need to. I don't know. But I guess one thing at a time. So let's see if we can make him a little bit better with, yeah, that positioning. Swing setup is speed, okay. So we're positioning his vertical position as it should be. We need to move him on the axis that is the swing axis, but the cross product of up. So let me think if this makes sense. So we want to move him on the x-axis, so not because the swing axis is. Oh, we want to move on the swing axis, yeah. But we want to move him on the swing axis. The distance between his, like it's a dot product. But, no, it's not the dot product. Maybe it's the dot product of the axis. Basically the distance on just one axis. Also, I'm not sure why it's stuttery. Oh, I think I know why it's stuttery, actually. Hold up. Let me just do something real quick. Alright, let's try that. Let's do this. That's better. Yeah, that's better. I wonder if this would be maybe useful. Let's see. We want to get. We're basically like getting a projection. Because I had a projection, don't I? Do I have a projection system in here? I do. A minimum and maximum. Project axis points. Okay. And then you get the overlap. You can see if it's overlapping the distance. Okay, I see. So I could do something. Well, I guess it's just a single projection. We just want the projection function, this. You know what? Hold up. Let me make a new window. What would we call this? Because this is a projection. Well, I guess what I'm scared of, not scared of, but yeah, when I say like new projection, orthographic perspective, that's a different thing. I guess I can make it so that those are projection matrices. This is a projection of a point on lines. So yeah, I guess that's fine. So yeah, maybe we do projection matrix 4 perspective. And then this, I can say create. Cool. If multiple zones overlap. Okay. Something like that. So So then, yeah, the idea is that we want to get the distance between the maximum and minimum points of projecting them. So we should be able to project, create a new projection along the swing axis, and we want to put the nodes, the player's position, and the the swinging object. All right, let's see what that looks like. Oh, we have to restart it. Oh, we have to re-export this stuff. I like this song. Okay. So let's see if this works now. All right. So this is the projection. So this is the minimum, this is the maximum. So that should basically be, I believe, the projection of the player's position and the rod's position along the swing axis, which should be towards the camera, the z-axis. Let's see if that is correct. Oh, here it is. Yeah, swinging is on the z-axis, is toward the camera. Okay. So then what this should allow us to do, we should be able to basically just go p node move vec proj dot distance. Well, it would be swing axis, and then scale that by the projection distance. So this should move us basically on one axis to like be with the rod in the center of our chest. That's the ideal. That is exactly what happened. That's crazy. But only on, yeah, only, that's exactly correct, dude. Ooh, 3D math, bro. 3D math. Only on the one axis. So you can hop. you can swing at different points of the rod. So now see, even now this opens up like platforming, because you can make a super long rod where you're like swinging between them, but there's maybe like spikes or something, or enemies shooting at different points along the rod. So you have to I just I just died. I just died. You have to like position your character at different points along the rod, in addition to hitting the swing. Ooh, very nice, dude. Love it. Clean, bro, clean. Dude, math is so cool. like once everything's working together, math is like, all right. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool, I guess. It's all right. Okay, so yeah, this is all shaping up really well, looking really good, feels really big. Even though you can't see super far, it feels like super interesting. I mean, I guess I could put stuff in the skybox, different areas, and yeah, things to look at. Like a floating island or something in the background, that would be interesting. Still gotta work on the camera, but this is already solid. Did he face through? Or he's just all up in the rod. Yeah. Okay. So what we're gonna do is, now that we know that that works, and it works really well, we're going to I wonder if I could do this with a dot product. I guess that's what I am doing here. It's just, yeah, it's just a helpful function to be like, okay, well, just give me a projection. The distance of the projection is how far to move along the swing axis to get to the center of the rod. After we do that, then we can just move back, because now we're in contact with the rod. We want to, I guess we could just move along the swing axis distance, and then maybe just minus if we want to just move a little bit further out, so it's not, we're not like all up in it. That's pretty good. Very cool. I think the camera is like super tight on the player. We don't want it to be like that if we can help it. You know what? Let's make the camera a little bit more a little bit better, I guess. Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right. All right. Cool. And then we just have to do this. Is this how I did the player? Ah, okay, that's what I was like. What am I missing? Why does this feel weird? Okay, we want to get input here. Okay, cool. So everything is the same, right? Yeah, cool. All right, so now we probably want to just make the camera a little smoother. So we're gonna do that by doing something like this. Fixed. Okay, so we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna say like that. Okay, and then we also want to, yeah, okay, better. We also want to just track the target. Cool. So now we just need to provide the camera with the player's position. Cool. And that should do it. Is this skin called? Huh. Only the one time, huh? Oh, this is on init. My bad. I was like, why is this not happening more than just the one time? Okay. Alright, that should do it. Better? Okay, okay. So we just want it to be a little smoother, so... Okay, let's see how that feels. Okay. There's some things I do like about it. I feel like it's less stuttery, or at least it has potential to be less stuttery. Also feels like he might move a little bit more, it might feel a little smoother. Like, yeah, it definitely feels smoother. Like the camera isn't locking so much. Like that's such a like to fall through the net. Yeah, it's like you're just barely slipping through the cracks on that. But it's there we go. Okay. Yeah, it feels better. I think it feels better. Less. Oh, it gets reparented. I was like, what's happening? Okay, so when you die, fall death. All right, so we stop the player. We send a message to the camera saying fall death. Okay, so when we say fall death, do we only send it once? No, okay. So we'll just say start fall death. And stop fall death. So it's a little bit more explicit. So we no longer have to do this. We don't have to reparent it. can just be a boolean. Okay, and then only when you're not looking at the player as he dies does it follow the player. Okay. Okay, I think the angle is incorrect. Let's see. Rotation. Look at. It's from to, right? Yeah, from you to the player. I guess it's rolled down though, because we're maybe that's the. Why is it? Let's see. I don't think we need to flip it, but let's try flipping it. Oh, we might have to flip it actually. Okay, that's better. Now there's a problem, which you can see is it like eases back. We probably don't want to do that. So we will fix that easily here. When this happens, when it stops, we can just say set the world position of the node to be the player. No, yeah. Did this. Oh, and yeah. Set the target as well to be the player world position. Yeah, it's better. Dude, it's so smooth, bro. It's so smooth. Very cool. Okay, so this is shaping up, man. Feels like butter. Like just so good. Just barely missed it. I wonder if I should make the rails, the rods, bigger as you move. Not as you move, but just if I make them bigger so that you can just more easily catch them, that might be a good idea, because it feels kind of like threading the needle. It feels very hard to do, and I don't think I want to make the players like grab hitbox larger. It feels like it's pretty much where you would want it to be. It already is kind of like generous as it is. Maybe I'll just make the rods a little bit bigger, just to make it a little easier to grab them, because it's very easy to like barely miss them. And the bigger they are, the easier it will be to have these kinds of like precise moments. Ooh. Missed. Alright, well that's already pretty good. And I got stuck in the bridge. Alright, but that's, yeah, already already pretty good. He just slips through. Dude, the Steam Deck, the Steam controller is so, it feels so good. It feels just so smooth, so, I mean, like, incredibly precise. Like, I'm barely moving it. Like I have a dead zone, so this doesn't move the camera, but this is like being detected. Like just the slightest like turn. It's very nice. It feels very good. Very cool. So let's keep building it out, I guess. Or no, wait. Actually, when I want, well, I guess before that, let me commit my changes. Yeah, it's almost imperceptible. For some reason the blurred version of these themes are like almost erasing the yeah, sorry about that. Just blasted your eyes. Okay, I guess this is fine. Yeah, it was like erasing the outlines of the checkboxes. Couldn't see. All right. Register as a camera base. You know what? Something I meant to do. If we look at the camera, rather than this, it might be nice to give a nice lerp. So I think I'm gonna do that actually. I only have the one. Okay. Move towards node. Okay, so lerp, you're setting it to be that lerped by percentage. Okay. Adjusting some of this documentation. Move the Okay. Cool. Moves toward... Oh, whoops. Move towards node lerp. It's supposed to be an inode. Inode. Vector. Yeah. Cool. So now I can go back to the player and instead of set world position back. Oh no, it was the camera. Instead of lerping like this, we can just do C node lerp. Oh, we need to actually visit it here in order to move towards back alert. See. Oh, see on target. Maybe not to. There we go. Beautiful. Something I added that I'm not sure if I actually want to keep is the ability to queue animations. So in this example, when I jump, whoops, when I jump and hang off the edge, that first part of the animation, right from here to here, that is like, you know, that's a starting animation, and then it starts a looping animation. This one. And it's cool, I like that, but I'm not sure if I actually need the ability to queue animations to be able to do that. So we'll see. I'm not sure if I want to leave that in the in Tetra 3D or not. It doesn't feel strictly necessary. I'm not quite sure what to do about this, where he like goes like he kind of like goes like that. Like he needs a landing animation when he's not moving fast, but he is falling far. But that is kind of a weird, like, it does look weird, like he's like sliding. So I don't know if I should like disallow movement or if I should, I don't know. I mean, like landing, basically maintaining whatever movement you have is an idea. That was a snap decision. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna make that jump. Cool. In any case, this feels pretty solid. Oh, yeah, maybe the rods should be bigger. I don't know. Like you just like hitting some of these. Some of these jumps are just impossible, dude. They feel so I don't know, hard for some reason. Okay, well. Yeah, there was no way. No shot. No shot on that one. This feels doable. That feels about right. Like he moves so fast once he's falling. It's just like you gotta just trust. But so far, this is feeling really, really good. I'm just thinking like how aggressive should the snapping be? Because this feels too much. But like apart from that, it's not too much. Maybe it's fine for it to be smaller, the snap or the collision zone where he's looking for a grab. But maybe the areas to the objects to grab onto could be larger to kind of compensate. That still is. Just phase to the ground. Trying to figure out exactly like how big should this collision detection zone be? I think some indication that you're over objects would be nice, because it's very easy to miss them, especially rods, because you have to be like, you cannot be just over them, you have to be behind them, or you know, you got to be like approaching them. Yeah. Making them bigger would help. Maybe. I think it'd help. Was I ever able to? Oh, from a jump, a higher jump. I was like, how was I ever able to make that this swing from here to there? I think I was able to do that. But I think I needed the big jump. From here, I can do it. It's so hard. It's so hard. I don't know. It feels like impossible, dude. It feels like you have it until you just do not have it. Like it feels like it's almost like you're breaking up on re-entry. Like I'm like, it's sweet. I feel like, okay, I have it. Like everything's moving at a rate where I can predict, and it's like, okay, and then you just miss. Okay, this is how you would do it. Yeah. Miss. All right, so maybe making them bigger would help. Or maybe I can make the detection area around them bigger. I guess that could help. That might not be a bad idea. I forgot. I'm doing like a board animation. Because his normal idle is just, he's just standing there. Okay, not bad, not bad. Let's do a couple things here. I think if he's gonna like tilt his head, he probably should tilt it more. Like that. And then it's probably too fast of a motion. He probably needs to slow it down a little bit. Like that. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's probably too slow. Yeah, I think that's probably fine. It's crazy, dude. Like it's so like thin. Just fell to his death. Okay, so what I'm gonna do then, next is I would like to add some particle effects for running it through water. Should be relatively doable. Relatively. Yeah, I knew I was gonna make it. I was like, nah. Okay, let's try making the rods bigger. That might help. Was it always that high? Yeah, it was that high because I was like, it felt bigger than usual. I mean, not bigger, but like higher up than it usually is. Let me see if I can hit this. It definitely seems easier. Yeah, it definitely feels easier. Just barely missed it. Okay. So let's see what we can do about this. This is going to be a little interesting because I'm not sure exactly how this is going to turn out. Well, let's see. You know what? Actually, before we do this, let me... Let me take a look at the rods again. I feel like they might be too big. Yeah, I think maybe cutting the difference might be what I want to do. I think... Well... That does feel weird. Feels like I should be grabbing that. So what's the problem then? What is the problem is just your inability to jump away from the ladder. make it smaller, make it further out, make it so that you have to be falling first considerably. Make it further out. But then if you're right up on a ladder, you can't grab it. This does not work. Can't jump away. Trying to like imagine it to see like what would it look like. Can I just well, I guess I could do this. No, I can't, right? Oh. I mean, well, there's a couple of things I can do. I'm not even sure like how best to solve this, because we want the area where it detects collisions, grabs, to be relatively large so that you can grab from, a pretty good distance away and all of that. At the same time, we don't want to disallow the player from like getting off of a ladder. Like that should still be possible. Let's try making it a little bit smaller. I'll try moving it out from the player a little bit more, maybe. I think I moved it in because I wanted him to be able to grab right up against the thing. But let's see how this is. Alright, that's a little better, I think. It's mildly better, I think. We still have to turn away significantly. So then it should be pretty small. I mean, that's what it seems like. I'm saying. See, but like that, like I straight up, like, well, I guess that's kind of correct because I'm not falling before I hit the rung. Yeah, I guess that's about right. Okay, it's not the worst thing in the world. Alright, yeah, I guess so. I guess it's fine. It's always funny. All right, so we'll go with this. This is fine for now, at the very least. Cool. Now we also want to try particles. I'm not sure again how this is going to work out. We're going to see. So this will be our first test. This will be our square particle. We'll make it additive, and we will make it so that it faces the camera. And we'll just start with that. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to try it with the player first. The base model that we're working with is going to be the... Wait, base model? Oh, because they're batched. Because they're batched. Yeah. Okay. Is that why? Okay, yeah, that is why. Why do you need a base model? Like why can't it make the base model? Okay, I kind of see why. I made this, I implemented this a long time ago, so I'm like rediscovering it / thinking about how it works and how it should work, what I would like it, how I would like it to work. Let me think. Okay, I guess I get the concept. Like I was thinking like why do you need a base model? But you basically need a base model because that's going to represent like the center point of all of the particles. So Alright, so let's start with that. No problems. We're gonna need to... Oh, okay. We're gonna need to update this, so we're gonna do that here. Invalid argument to int in. Oh. Is this the default? No. Okay. Re-init. Oh, there's no models. I see. I don't have any particles in the particle system. So then, yeah. Hold up. Spawn. Basically, we should only spawn if we have particles to spawn. Where's our particles? These are base particles. Particle factories. I guess that's fine. Particle models. Base particle models. There we go. That should be it. Cool. So now we want to go over here. We want to pass in the particles that we could have. So we want to load them from the scene. So we can just go to node library. Scene by name, assets. Search. By, let's see, by type. I guess we can just provide it by name, that's fine. Alright, so now we have a bigger issue. And I'm going to assume, let's see, did it find this? It does, okay. Okay, let's see. Does it get through the spawning part? Actually, it might be because there's no settings. Yeah. Yeah. The settings need to be a pointer. Let's see. No. All right. Let's try that, see if that makes a difference. It does not. Let's see. Hmm. I don't think it's... Yeah, no, there's something else going on. It's not fully propagating. This is unfortunate. We know it's spawning. Okay. So there's something going wrong in this area. Really? Root? Oh. Oh. I see. That's part of it. That might be it, actually. Cool. Okay, so it at least is working. Okay. Cool. So if this is working, then we should be able to just do like this. Okay, it is working. Okay, so the spawn rate, we can set it to be how many times per second. Actually, we probably don't want it to spawn at all. Yeah. Because basically we want to spawn on command. So in normal, let's see. I'm trying to think of how we can easily detect if we're touching water. I can just like give it, you know, a hitbox, or not a hitbox, but a you know, collision mesh. But I'm like, is there another way to do it? Well, I guess even raycasting would require a collision mesh still, so this is fine-ish. Yeah, we'll go with triangle mesh, I guess. And then this is update, right? Yeah. Oh, only against solids. Okay. Like doing this, this you know, ray testing and collision tests and stuff. I'm like, man, maybe it would be better to have a different system of filtering. Like take away the test. Well, I mean, test against. There's nothing really wrong with testing it, you know, with the way it works. It's just I'm like searching through and only grabbing some objects, but I really should be probably just grabbing them all. I am grabbing them all, so we're just gonna keep doing this for now. Okay, let's first just see if this works the way we want. Okay, seems like it does. So if we're colliding with water, we want to spawn water particles. Okay, that's a start. So this can be used for the, like, I was thinking more so, well, actually we don't need this now. I was thinking more so the, you know, like little spray, the spray, but this could work. Let's see. Yeah, I can definitely like clean this up in a couple of different ways. Yeah, I can clean this up in a couple of different ways, actually. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So particle settings spawn on is false. Scale should be probably like that or so. Actually, just make this. Velocity should be yeah, let's just set a variety of ranges. Well, we'll set a variety of ranges. So it can range from, we'll just do this separately. For X, it can range from negative 0.1 to 0.1. For Z, the same. For Y, it's always up, though. Yeah, okay. So yeah, maybe we'll do like 0.2 in each direction. Actually, that might be too fast. What's the jump speed? 0.3, okay. And then Y can be probably 0.2. Okay. So now what we want to do, spawn or lifetime. We can set the lifetime to be like not too long, maybe just a quarter second. Yeah, let's go with half a second, and then let's also set the velocity add to be like gravity, actually. Well, we'll just do it manually. Cool, cool, cool. Let's make them smaller. I think that it ranges from 0.05 to 0.1, and we want the scale to be uniform. Alright, so that should give us a little bit of what we're looking for. That's pretty good. That's actually not bad. So what we want to do then is only do that while we're moving. And maybe a little bit bigger would be... yeah, I think a little bit bigger would be nice. That's interesting. Like, I'm able to see the water through my character's eyes? Like it's transparent or something? Alright, so let's not worry about that right now. Okay, so this is probably fine. We want to do a couple things. So we want to, man, now that I think about it, this would be cool if there were different stages. So you could have a particle like, you know, live its life and then add a stage, and the stage would just spawn another particle with its own setting. So then each particle could have its own set of settings. Because, like, I can make it so that these water particles spawn, and then when they die, they turn into, like, rings. So that there is, like, the effect is, like, they're hitting the water. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, let's see. Alright, so then set in scale, okay. Right, only when we're moving. Not bad. I'm like, maybe it should be lower. But that's kind of where it would be. That's pretty good. It's not half bad. Oh, let's make it fade out over time. Starts off at white. Probably doesn't, yeah, know that. And then the colors dot blue, sky blue, and colors dot black. Okay. So we will do this at the game. Rather extract Yagi, and then we want to do that. Extract. Okay. Whew. I mean, technically this is polish, but this is also important because this is part of the API. So I'm like, well, how should this work? What should this look like? How should this behave? I like this kind of stuff. This is kind of cool where it's like, oh, you have a velocity and you can set individual ranges for basically like the particles to generate randomly. Feels kind of like dynamic. Not bad. This feels like a PS1 like particle effect. I think it's they all spawn from like his center position. We don't want that as much. So spawn offset. Let's set the range to be like half on the X and Z axis. That might be good enough. Cool. Maybe they could be bigger. I feel like that's pretty good. Okay, let's do the same thing, but with... Well, actually, let's just make the particle not square. It's named particle now, right? Yeah. Cool. Velocity on the y-axis could maybe be, yeah, bigger. maybe less. Cool. This is not bad. This is not bad. Honestly, I kind of like the square one more. This feels more more PS1 somehow. This has no right to look as good as it does. Like it looks so like consistent to itself. It's crazy. Very cool. All right, well, I think I'm gonna call it there. It's been a couple hours. I'm probably gonna see about improving this system a little bit. You don't need to provide a model. It's probably not necessary because we are modifying the model to begin with. Same thing for, like, you don't need them. Like, if we're modifying the mesh and we're modifying the model, then we can just make a model and make the mesh, and then you can get the particle system root to add to your scene. And then this, it might be good to have like more sensible defaults so that you can just make a particle system settings object or something. I don't know. Yeah, overall, I think this is not bad. I think, yeah, having like some sort of stage system where you can say, okay, I'm creating particles of a certain stage, and then when they die, they change into a different stage. That could be very useful. I guess it's fine the way it is just because it's like, that would be useful, but I can't imagine implementing that feature would be like, it's not critical. It's not super critical. Although, thinking of something like fire, well, you probably would have two different layers of particles. So maybe a particle system could be comprised of different layers. Because, I mean, like, you might want smoke and fire. Anyway, whatever. Thanks a lot for watching. I've been Solar Loon. I'll catch you guys on the flip side next time with more development on this fun little PS1-esque game I've been working on. It's really shaping up, and I'm really, like, excited. Alright, well, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later. See ya.